All right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining. I am Riley with the T Storm Chasers, and we're going to take a look at your forecast. But before we do, here is a brief word from our sponsors at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And don't forget, they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
All right, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday out there. Hopefully you guys are having a great start to your morning. Let's go ahead and take a look at the national view. And as you can take a look, there is not a whole lot to talk about. There is some showers out here in Wyoming and Montana. But for our area, we don't really have a whole lot to talk about. There is, that's just radar clutter. It doesn't look like there's anything to that. We are at 30 degrees in Sioux Falls right now. It is 32 in Brookings, 30 in Aberdeen, 36 in Mitchell, 41 in Chamberlain, 45 in Winter. We are already at 52 degrees in Rapid City, 55 in Spearfish. It is very warm out to the west. A very warm start to your day. 48 in Valentine, 37 in North Platte, 37 in Omaha. Into Iowa, 20s and 30s can be found, 32 in Des Moines, 23 in Spencer, 21 in Mason City. Up into Minnesota, 28 in Minneapolis, 16 in St. Cloud, 25 in Mankato, 32 in Marshall. So we got a lot of things to get to in today's video. We're going to go over your forecast today and into tomorrow and the rest of your week, into your weekend, and then into next week, and your Christmas outlook. How's that looking? We'll take a look here in just a moment. But first, let's hear a brief word from today's sponsor at CE Construction.
From roofing to siding, CE Construction is setting the standard across North and South Dakota. Our expert team delivers quality, durability, and trust on every project. CE Construction, Dakotans helping Dakotans with their roofing and siding needs. Call or visit us online.
Okay, so first on the list, we are going to take a look at your weather headlines for our region. And as you can see, there is quite a bit going on here. So let's start with the blue shaded area that is up in northeastern South Dakota into eastern North Dakota and western and north Minnesota. So this is for Sisseton, Britton, Clark areas up here, Webster, and South Dakota. Let's go ahead and read this off here. Winter storm watch for blizzard conditions are possible. Total snow accumulations up to 2 inches will be possible, and winds gusting as high as 60 miles per hour. So it does say this will start late tonight and it'll last through tomorrow afternoon. And it says plan on slippery road conditions. Combination of strong winds and falling snow may create whiteout conditions that could make travel extremely dangerous or impossible. Hazardous conditions impacting tomorrow morning and evening commutes, and strong winds could cause tree damage. And so that is the winter storm watch that will probably be upgraded to a winter weather advisory, I would assume. Right, and then we have a high wind warning that is in effect for most of Nebraska and then all of South Dakota. So the entire state of South Dakota is in this high wind warning. And this also extends into southwest Minnesota to include Marshall and Worthington, and then it goes into northwestern Iowa. And then let's read this off. It says northwest winds of 35 to 45 with wind gusts up to 65 miles per hour are expected. And it says this is from 6 a.m. tomorrow morning until 6 p.m. on Thursday. And damaging winds will blow down tree branches. Scattered power outages are expected. Travel will be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. And it also says scattered snow showers tomorrow morning may lead to brief visibility reductions along with difficult travel. So again, the whole state of South Dakota, Sioux Falls, Rapid City, Pierre, Aberdeen, all included. And it goes down into most of Nebraska as well. It does include Omaha as well. Okay, so first thing I wanted to look at on the models is your wind gust forecast. Starting tonight out west in western South Dakota, we are looking at some very, very strong winds. As you play this out tonight, look at some of these wind gusts coming in. Some of these wind gusts could exceed 50 miles per hour, 60 miles per hour, even 70 miles per hour. Even some of these coming in at 75, 77 miles per hour. Some extremely strong winds in western South Dakota tonight. I wanted to make that very clear. Even the Rapid City area. Look at that. And how about an 80 mile per hour wind gust? Now, this is according to the latest HRRR model run, your short-term model run. So, it would not surprise me if somewhere out in northwestern South Dakota we get an 80 mile per hour wind gust, as it suggests on this map. And Rapid City could even see a 70 mile per hour wind gust. And as we head into your day tomorrow, the winds continue it moves east. And Sioux Falls eventually will get in on this. Tomorrow, we're looking at wind gusts 50 plus, near, maybe even 60 plus mile per hour winds, again, in the eastern regions tomorrow. Eastern South Dakota, Minnesota, Nebraska, Iowa. Some very strong winds moving through the area again. So we saw that last week. We saw a windstorm, and now we're dealing with another one. But I will say it does look like the worst of the wind gusts will be out west. I mean, look at that. That is a very impressive number. 84 mile per hour wind gusts. That's according to the latest on the HRRR model. That is a very strong, that might be the strongest wind gusts I've ever seen on an HRRR model run for a wind gust. That's non-thunderstorm. That is incredible. So it does look like out west need to be paying attention to this. Obviously, lawn furniture, make sure that's secured and moved if needed, and also make sure any other loose outdoor items are put away, because this is going to be some brutal, strong winds. This is hurricane force winds that are going to be out here in western South Dakota. So that is, again, for tonight into tomorrow. Okay, so now as we take a look at your future weather map here, using the European model playing out today. Again, today we're looking at another nice mild day out there. We're looking at a pretty solid day. Now, once we get towards tonight, you start to see a change. We're looking at scattered rain showers, not snow. We're looking at scattered rain moving through our area this evening into tonight across South Dakota, Nebraska, Minnesota, Iowa, the Quad State region, and then the snow will begin up in northeastern South Dakota as we head into tomorrow. So we get the rain initially, and then on the back side of the system tomorrow, we'll see some snow showers around eastern South Dakota, mainly across northeastern South Dakota, as you can see there. But this could, linger around Thursday and then into Thursday night across Minnesota, and then that will clear out, and then there's another clipper system, it looks like, on Friday across North Dakota into northern Minnesota. But for us, we are not dealing with any of that activity, at least for our region. And then as we head into Saturday, things will clear out. We're not really seeing much there. And then Sunday, same story. We're not seeing any kind of systems. And Monday, same thing. Tuesday, not seeing anything. Wednesday. So it looks like we are not really seeing much of anything in our forecast. Other than, again, Thursday, that looks to be really the only day of this forecast that we see anything. So just be ready for tonight into tomorrow. Looks like it's going to be a rough day of weather ahead tomorrow for a lot of us, with the strong winds, with possible blizzard conditions in the northeast part of South Dakota, and also some cooling temperatures. In fact, let's go ahead and let's play that out here. Let's look at temperatures, and as we take a look here, we're looking at a pretty mild forecast overall, but there is an exception again. Starting today, we're looking at another mild day out there. low 40s for Sioux Falls. We actually hit 46 yesterday in Sioux Falls. O'Neill, Nebraska yesterday hit almost 70 degrees. They hit 69 yesterday. Low 60s out west today, western Nebraska and western South Dakota, Rapid City. Then as you go into tomorrow and you see a big change here, we are looking at another cool down coming here. One day. We got 1 day of the Arctic blast hitting our region with temperatures falling into the single digits and teens, and it's going to be a cold day on Thursday with the combination of very strong winds. It's going to be a brutal day out there on Thursday, which is tomorrow. And then heading into Friday, we're looking at kind of a contrast of temperatures. You're going to have really nice warm temperatures out west here. You know, Rapid City could hit 60. You know, Chamberlain could be around 55. And then you go, you know, Sioux Falls, low to mid 30s. But then you go a little bit east into Minnesota, and temperatures, Minneapolis is going to be in the single digits. So we got quite the contrast in temperatures there. You know, usually when you have a contrast that strong, usually you have a system, but we're not seeing anything this time around. And how about Saturday? Your weekend forecast, we're looking at 30s and 40s mainly across our area. And then on Sunday, same story, 30s and 40s once again will be found in the forecast. And then how about next week? It does look like we're going to be seeing more mild temperatures next week, starting on Monday. Mid-40s for Sioux Falls. Looks like 50s and 60s out west. Looks like a really nice forecast overall. And how about starting next Tuesday? What are we looking at for weather next week? Well, it looks like next week, once again, looking mild overall. Into Wednesday, this is a week out from today. 30s and 40s in the east, 50s and 60s out west. And for your Christmas outlook, it does look like at this time, for the third straight day, we're looking at a mild day for Christmas. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, both looking mild with temperatures in the 30s and 40s across our region. All right, so that's going to wrap things up for this morning's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and be sure to follow us on Facebook and X as well, as we are most active on those. So thank you guys for watching. We'll be back for a video later today. Thanks for watching.